Will a coaching change shake-up help the Panthers, and are the Browns actually going to start Joe Flacco this week as their quarterback? Hey everyone, welcome into another NFL Breakdown. Rob Wong, joined alongside by Postmedia sports betting columnist Brennan and Toronto Sun NFL writer Dan Bilicki. Time to get there against the spread picks for week number 13. Don, we will begin with you. The 1-10 Panthers, 5.5-point road dogs in Tampa Bay this week. Carolina making a coaching change, firing Frank Reich. Do you think that will make a difference in this one?
Traditionally, coaching changes have made an immediate impact. You look back at the stats, and since 2013 or since 2018, there's been 13 teams that have made a coaching change midseason. Going into the move, their winning percentage was 290. Coming out of it, in the first game back was 615. So, I mean, there has been that immediate move. And against the spread since 2010, the first game back after a team has made a coaching change, the team has been 15-10 against the spread. So it's made a difference. You know, you look at the Panthers and they've been terrible all year, except for their pass defense has been good. They rank 5th in the NFL. So you're facing Baker Mayfield, who was hobbled last week, playing on a bad ankle. The Buccaneers aren't that great to begin with. They've only won one of their last 7 games. I like Carolina to be sparked by this move and go into Tampa not only to cover the spread, but also to sneak away with their second win of the year.
Yeah, a lot of sneaky stats there that could lean towards the Carolina Panthers. Dan, a big comeback win by the Eagles last week against the Bills. They get another tough test in San Fran this week. The Eagles actually 2.5-point home dogs. How do you see this one playing out?
You know, the 49ers have been an absolute buzzsaw since their bye week. They've won their past 3 games by a combined score of 92-30, and they also have a rest advantage after playing on Thanksgiving while the Eagles played that Sunday nighter. You know, Philly's got a ton of injuries too, with no fewer than 7 starters listed as questionable, and the defense is worn down by playing more than 40 minutes last week. You know, while it might be tempting to take a 10-1 team as a home dog, Philly has been getting lucky recently. I'll take the Niners to get some revenge for last year's NFC Championship loss.
All right, Don, a tough one last week for the Texans, losing to the Jags. They'll try to bounce back this week. 3.5-point home favorites against Denver, who has actually won 5 in a row. Can Houston slow down the charging Broncos?
Well, speaking of White, you got C.J. Stroud, and piggybacking off my last game, C.J. Stroud has averaged 366 passing yards in his last 4, over which same period of time, Bryce Young, the number 1 pick, has averaged 168 yards passing. So you wonder why the Panthers just didn't fire their GM. But yeah, the Texans are the favorite here, and it's kind of confusing. I mean, the Broncos have won 5 in a row. They're going into this game as the hottest team, tied with the Eagles as the hottest team in the entire NFL. Their pass defense is ranked 23rd, but it's been improving significantly since their 1-5 start. And I mean, I really think that Russell Wilson and Sean Payton, we all knew that they were going to pull this thing together anyways. The Broncos defense has been playing great. Now, the reason for the spread might be the fact that the Broncos over their 5-game winning streak have had a plus 13 in the turnover ratio, and that's not sustainable, but especially against a team like Texas or the Texans, who have only turned the ball over 11 times all year. But I really think that a stat that everybody should probably know is the Texans, as a favorite this year, are 0-4, and as a home favorite, they're 0-3. So I'm going to go with the Broncos to cover but not win.
Finally, Dan, the Browns might actually start Joe Flacco at quarterback this week against the Rams. If it's not him, it's going to be P.J. Walker. Cleveland at 3.5-point home point dogs on the road, I should say, in L.A. Who do you like in this one?
You know, the Browns are definitely black and blue heading into this one. You know, they could be down Myles Garrett on defense. He's one of the best defensive players in the whole league this year. Amari Cooper's banged up at receiver. And, yeah, Joe Flacco could be starting at quarterback with Dorian Thompson-Robinson in concussion protocol. You know, the Rams' offense looked great last week with running back Kyron Williams back in the lineup. And I think they have the juice to beat the Browns at home.
Yeah, it would be wild to see Joe Flacco starting an NFL game at this point. But as always, let us know what you're betting on in the comments section below for all of Don and Dan's NFL picks for week number 13. Head to the Toronto Sun.